Hello all and welcome to Python Academy. Myself Anup Kelkar, who will be providing you a quick glance on the potential of Gen AI, or you call it as a generative AI. That is what currently going on in the market, and everyone to know about what is this Gen AI and how to utilize that. Under the GenAI, first, what we are going to do, we are going to talk about, in general, what is the concept of generative AI, what are the applications, how I can utilize that, what are the additional stuff I can do with that. Once we have that idea, we will jump on to something interesting thing, two APIs, which I am going to show you the codes of that, which will be specifically used for ChatGPT and your Gemini. That are the two things we will use, and we will have some generative output out of that. One of them, like you put the questions directly through audio, and the ChatGPT will start answering, just like your Alexa. And the second thing which we will try is something image creation, or getting the contents out of the image, what that image for, or having some titles to the image using the Gemini. So that is the way I have designed the course, and this webinar will go in that fashion. So jumping on to the first PPT part, just for the understanding purpose, what is a Gen AI? And I will suggest all of you to check out our website also, pythonacademy.in. So, generative AI is obviously an exciting field that focuses on creating new content such as images, videos, text using some kind of algorithms. So, as you can compare, generative AI is something different from the other artificial intelligence stuff like a machine learning, or you have a deep learning or something like that. There, most of the time is a kind of prediction where you predict on the basis of what data you have. You have a set of data, obviously, on which you train your model and then come up with the result of prediction. Maybe a regression model, maybe a classification, a tree based model, or even you have a kind of neural network in that also. That is another part where you go for the prediction and then judge the accuracy of your model. Whereas what generative AI we are talking about is something different. Different in the sense it is on the basis of generating something using a kind of transformer. That is again a good name given to that. A transformer has to be used. So these transformers, or the now you have LLM model, large language model, all things get captured to create a new things. Okay. So that contents can be a creation of image, can be a text or the titles, can be a videos, can be anything. There are so many things available. So this kind of creation happens obviously on some previous data. Means I cannot generate just out of the thought. I need to have some data beforehand. So this API specifically, which we are also going to see on ChatGPT and Gemini, has gathered a huge amount of data, a digital data. Maybe a lot of text, a lot of images, a lot of videos, and utilizing that, churning all data together, they always come up with some answers for you, and they are lovely answers. Means you can also must be using some kind of chat GTP or something. Even the images are wonderful. Now the you have a plethora of images on the different platforms, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, or on Insta or Snapchat. They are also automatically generated, and since they are generated, there is no problem of content violation or someone's image you are using or something like that. That also makes a very good use of how the image is and how it can be utilized. That is a second possible good thing about this. And there are obviously, as we will move on, we will have some kind of pros and cons to talk about, because that is also there. You cannot always have all positive side. You will have some negative side of that also. Let us see. So, what is a generative AI in definition, in simple sense? Generative AI involves using algorithms to produce a new data that resembles the training data it was given. So in the start, as I said, generative AI will not create anything out of its own. It is on what basis of data it has been provided. So in the future, you also can have your own generative models. Means rather than using something Gemini or ChatGPT, you can utilize your own model. Now, if you are utilizing your own model, that models also need some kind of data. Maybe I want to create a small thing for my academy. I may have all the related academic stuff with me. Maybe academic pictures, maybe videos in academy, student previews, the YouTubes which we have created so many times, or the students' marks which we all many things are there. So all this has to be done in a single generative model for particular of Python Academy. You can create like that. But again, training data will be required. The examples are applications include image generation, that as I said. Now a new thing also is in market, music composition. You can create a music out of whatever the tunes or what are the things you have. That is again an interesting and kind of bit tough also, but that is also you can try it. We haven't tried that. We are going to have image and text creation. That are the two things we will have. And the techniques obviously under this is deep learning, the GAN, then the variational autoencoders are commonly used to generative AI for the generative AI creation. So these all autoencoders, which also called as a GANs, has a bigger structure. Again, it is not possible to technically tell all the things here, but yes, it has a points to be added which can be utilized and can be utilized for the purpose of image creation and all. A few of point we will see, and then we will have a general idea. So as in the start also say, in the art and design, the use of generative AI in creating visual art, fashion, graphic design. You think of any image you want to have in any part, maybe a digital content, maybe a designing in now the industry of stitching and shirts and t-shirts. There are also a lot of new applications are coming up using generative AI, because obviously you already have lot of digital data. The era for last 10 years, if you observe, we have came up with so many applications or so many digital web applications. People are utilizing that. Now since people are utilizing that, obviously it will do what, it will generate so many of data on that. Okay, so that is what the data generation currently going on, and people likes to work on that. The healthcare section, so can I diagnose the two patients, means with their particular properties or maybe their medical reports where the different things has been there, and can I compare that thing with all the medical records which I have already. If that training is properly done, I can generate some kind of good healthcare solutions which will be helpful. Generating synthetic medical images for training diagnostic model and drug discovery, that is also there. Entertainment, yes, that is the common thing happening. Special effects, deep effects, systematic voices for media and entertainment. So many things. You just call any one of them and you have so many things available in generative AI. So you can see it is a wide range of applications available in Jena. Everyone in the industry right now want to jump in this field of generative AI. They will utilize the things available. They will have a lot of data with them, and they just want to create a new magic with that. And every company, which even I also consult with some of the clients, they are ready to pay anything just to have a generative AI thing in their module or in their machine. So there are a lot of benefits of that. One is obviously the innovation, enabling the rapid development of new creative content and innovative solutions. Innovation in any sense may be a good or bad, but it is going on using the generative AI. Obviously, bad things come up first. Good things has to delay because of the testing and all that. But yes, I can confirm that lot of new innovative good things are happening with generative AI. A lot of things are coming into picture, and people are slowly using that in a day-to-day life. Efficiency, automating the content creation processes and reducing the human effort to and time required. So in general, obviously the you may say that this AI will take your jobs or this one. I will say no. It will not take your jobs and something. Jobs will there, but how to use these generative technologies in your day-to-day working culture will define you if you are a good a person to be kept with the company or a person to be fired. So when Google also came into the picture, people used to search anything and then utilize. That time also people used to say that yes, that Google has ruined everything, then there will be no requirement of people. But yes, now if you see in this type, those people who can Google properly can get the data out of that. They are the one who are the good one, are hired one. The people who don't use Google at all, they don't know to search. They may not find a place in that. So that is also another things you can see. The from efficiency point of view, yes, the efficiency will increase. Obviously, it will reduce some of the persons may not be in a proper sense, but it will increase the efficiency of each and every employee if it has to be utilized properly. Personalizer, delivering the personalized content and experience at scale for users and consumers. And this is happening rapidly. Like if you open a Gmail, if you get like I get an invitation many times from the colleges and different corporate world for a seminar or something. So once I get such kind of mail, I have the answer ready there. You can see the answer is ready. Okay, I will accept this, or okay, I will not be available on that time. And that is ready. I have to just click, check any wrong or date has to be updated, and just send. Even if you are using LinkedIn or something, if you are connecting different friends or you are want to connect with different friends, there is also AI. You click on AI and it will give a good mail or message which has to be sent, and then the person may reply back, yes, I want to connect with you. So there are so many applications. We are actually small and small step utilizing them also, but that is the current scenario. People like to use that, and that's why lot of personalization is also happening. Okay, so that is there. Obviously, whenever you talk about this, there are the challenges and the limitation. The one is bias. Generated content can reflect the biases present in the training data. That is there. Means if I can say there was one series. If you have time, you do see on Netflix, Coded Bias. That is a series or something similar name. That was very wonderful series, which has shown that how the face recognition systems are totally biased, because most of the time this recognition system has used a lot of faces of white people, and that's why the people from which we call the black people, they are facing the problems there. And that is a very good series. Means you can see how the coded bias or the biases can be generated if the data provided is not in proper format. If it is in proper format, then there is no problem, but if it is not, it will create the biases. The second thing is ethical concern, the potential misuse of generative AI for misinformation and fake content. That is also happening. Obviously, you get sometime just last month I have gone through one of the article on newspaper that one person has utilized some of the voices of an uncle, created an uncle voice and call his one of nephew just for passing some of the money, and that was a fraud happening. So such kind of ethical concern always will be there. Is that a proper output we should generate? Since these APIs which we are going to talk about, the generative, the Gemini or the ChatGPT, they also have some policies that if you are asking something out of that bound, it will stop you from doing that. But again, the limitation, how much it can be stopped, how much it cannot be, again, it will be a problematic. So that kind of ethical concerns will always be there to deal with that. And final is the quality control, ensuring the generated content meets the standard of accuracy and authenticity. This many a times may not be case, and that's why I said the AI is not going to take your job, because even if whatever AI or generative AI creates, there are a lot of standards which are not followed, and then you have to change the code, come up with something else, and try it out. So since that is the thing happening, we should have a proper quality controller. So in the future, I can say those who are the good quality controller will be in demand, because obviously the data is generated, the code is generated, everything is generated. But how to fit that into my own requirement? It is different. So that if I can do it, then only I can have a proper output, and that is possible with only humans, not with the AI right now. Okay, we don't know what happens in the future, but that is also the case. So that thing also you should take precaution of. Now, obviously, to unlock this potential of generative AI, which we are going to do, there are various ways to go ahead with. Few of the codes which I am going to show now, and as I said, will be provided on GitHub. The link will be displayed on our YouTube channel, that is Anup Kelkar's Python Academy. So you have to come back within 1 or 2 days to our YouTube channel to check out that the URL has been published for the codes which we are going to discuss today, which will be on the GitHub. Okay, so that also will be there. So obviously you should check out the tools and framework which are available currently in the market. Lot of tools and frameworks are available which can be utilized, and lot of new I can say softwares are also there which can be utilized. Okay, only thing, obviously, to utilize such kind of thing, or even you want to jump onto the cloud or something as you were and all that stuff, you have to be a cautious to use the things properly, because many a times your credit cards and all things has been utilized there, so you should be cautious. Learning, obviously, it is the one of the process, and that's why Python Academy comes into the picture. We have a new batches starting from next Wednesday on specifically generative AI and ML. It is a 3 month course which have the Python as a basic, then data analytics, machine learning, and then at last the generative AI stuff. So I will request all of you, those who are ready to join, do join this course of generative AI. That will be there for future learning and future jobs. Collaboration and research, that is also going on. No one is just as a own single person is developing the things. All are collaborating to get a more output of that. So that is various ways of unlocking the potential of generative AI. Currently, as I said, we are going to talk about two things, which is one of them is Gemini, which is a GenAI tool by Google itself. The good thing is it is totally free right now, maybe not in the future, but yes, since it is free, we can use it for many, many purposes, 2 or 3 purposes. I will also show. So first of the thing is obviously the image generation. It has the capacity to generate visually appealing and coherent images, both based on the input data and parameter. And these coding examples I also am going to show you, where we will pass the details and the image will be generated. That is the thing we are going to see. So that image generation is again a tedious task, means it is not very easily generated, but yes, as you provide the parameters, it will utilize that parameters and then create the image out of that. Manipulation is also there, so the images enabling various enhancement, transformations, stylization. That is what happens in your Instagram or Snapchat and everywhere. A lot of filters are there, so that filters are actually to work on this kind of things. Okay, so where you can apply and the images get changes, and many applications. So the tool's capabilities can leverage to diverse field, indulge in the art, design, and digital content creation. Many things are there. Few of them we are going to do. For this, you have to go to Gemini's Google's cloud website and create an API key. Okay, that key has to be utilized here, and automatic connection has been provided. It can go to the Google, check out your key, and come back. So that is there, and for that, obviously, for the image creation part which I am going to show you, you need a credit card. Obviously the money will not be deducted, but when you create your account in Gemini, it asks you a credit card. It may deduct a 2 rupees from that, will return back quickly within a 2 days, and then will generate the key. And also it provides a $300 amount to be utilized within 1 month. So that is also an additional thing available with the Gemini which you can utilize. Okay, so that application we will see. The second part which we are going to see. So first part, as I said, a Gemini. I will jump on to the code part directly, so we can have that first. Then we will look at the second part. So let me share the next screen. So those who join afterward. So Sandy is there, Harshad is there, all of you, welcome. So as I said, first for the Gemini purpose, I have some few codes. So for that, I have to stop sharing this slide and go to the another one. So just give me a minute. We'll share the window now, and here we go. So, as I said, the generative AI needs a kind of keys which you have to create. So, I'm not going to show the path for that, how to create that. You can just go to this one. And as I said, all the IPNB files will be available on GitHub soon. Only you have to go back and check into our YouTube website. So, you will find out the answer there. Within 2 days, I am going to upload that. Okay. So what we are going to utilize here is, and this is what I have opened, is called Colab. Okay, so those who are new to programming, I can say this is one of the collaboratory provided by Google itself, where you can write the code directly, start writing the code. It creates the IPNV file that is called the Jupyter files. So in this code, we are going to use the ImageN on Vertex AI. So ImageN, that is image generation, we can call, is one of the, I can say, Gen AI tool provided by the Google under Vertex AI. That is what the platform they have come up with. It has lot of things, and again, some of them are not available freely, paid one, but whatever the free you get after, again, you have to show your credit card there, can be utilized. So, with brings Google state-of-the-art generative AI capability to the application developer. With this Vertex AI, application developer can build next-generation AI products that transform their user imagination into high-quality visual assets. So, this can be integrated into your codes or web applications, or you can say the Android and iOS applications, and then can be utilized. So, that is also a possibility available here. We are going to run just purely on Colab just for understanding. So what are the things we can do? So you can generate the novel images using only the text prompt, which we are going to write now. Edit an entire uploaded or generated image with the text prompt. That is also there. You edit the image. Edit only parts of the uploaded. Upscale existing generated editing. Upscaling in the sense from all the angles, from black and white and the other Photoshop things which you have to do. I can do it. Fine tune a model with a specific subject if you want, as per your requirement. Get text description of images, what that image is, what it tells. You can have few questions on that. Answers to the question about an image with visual questioning answer, VQA. So many things are there. Means you cannot, and again I can say these are not all. There are still more to concern that can be utilized. So many things are there. You can utilize and you can get the output of that. So for our case, what we are going to do, we are, and as I say, the pricing and all our things are there, but we are going to use the free one. So the first thing first is we have to install the SDK, that is, I can say, a module which need to be there on your machine so that you can utilize the Google Cloud application AI platform. That is compulsory. The commands, as I said, will be available afterward. We'll just show you the code first, then we will run. So you will have some, we will have the utilization of time, because again it will consume time for all this things. So let me show you the thing, then we will run it also. Okay. So in this case, once you install, then you have a command of ipython time to just restart your kernel. This one where we are writing the code is called the kernel, where you actually start with the coding. So that kernel need to be restarted. Okay, then only the output will start coming up. Okay. So timing, let's have this, let me run itself. So in Colab, whenever you run in the start, it gets connection to the cloud and some kind of space will be attached to you. So this process takes a little bit time in the start for the first query. Okay, after that the queries will be fast. A quick output will be generated one by one. Okay, so that is the first command which is running, and you can see the Google on Colab provides you nearly 13 GB of RAM and nearly 120 to, I can say, 130 to 40 GB of disk for to be utilization. Okay, some kind of one query is already error. To surpass the error, you will just ignore that. Then, as I said, we need the the IPython and the time clause. So I am just running it. This will shut down the kernel and run it again just for my purpose. Now, as I said, I need an authentication. Now, this query which I am going to run runs directly because I have already done the authentication. Means I have went to the website which you can go from here, Vertex AI Workbench. I have created my account there. I have put in my credit card there. They have deducted 2 rupees, and yesterday I got back also. That is also there. And then they have made the API keys available. So that API keys make will be available on this line. Okay, so this part of code is simple. It is not very complicated. It is just the authentication. So when you keep on running this authentication, it asks is Google Colab which you are running should be allowed to connect to my Vertex AI. So I will just say allow, and multiple email IDs will appear. I have this one which I have been utilized. So I will just say continue with my academy, and I will just say continue. So it has now the access to this collab to Vertex AI. So it will just authenticate me. No output will be generated, just the authentication. Now, once the authentication is there, I am going to create my project. So one of my project is GenAI project, which is again I have created on that website. You can give any name. Location, currently I am using US location. There are the Asia location and Europe location, but for some of them some of the packages are not available, which I found out that. So since that package is not available, I am going with the this one only, which is US. So it is better to work on that. So I am just importing the system and creating my project, ready project, which I can utilize. Okay, so that is what the things I have to do in the start. These are the basic thing provided by Google itself. There are no new coding part or interesting thing I have done. They are the simple one. Just to use your Vertex AI, these are the things, and project and location has to be loaded. That is what they have said. And we are following the trend, means we are not doing any innovative here. Now we have something image generation. Sorry, image generation model, extremely sorry, which has again a different model, 001, 002. We are going to use 005. Again 001 I have tried, but it is not giving a very proper sorry, very proper model. So this is fine to use 005 directly. Now the simplest task is you just pass the prompt and the image will be ready. So I just thought of having this one, a beautiful lake with the tall hills nearby and a tiger taking a deep in water. That is what I thought of, and I ran that. So for that, it has, if you can see, it has created a wonderful image with, as per my requirement, hills are there, uh, things are there, and if I go down, I have you can see a small face over here, but yes, the tiger is taking the deep. Now this is not an actual image. You do remember this is an generated image. You have passed some data, and accordingly, the image has been generated. Okay, so that is a kind of generation you can do, and you can have the output. So just a little bit I will change. So a beautiful lake with tall hills nearby, and say instead of tiger, let's have elephant. So let's have the elephant taking this one. So obviously, whenever I apply the stuff, it will start changing, and it will have, just a minute. Okay, so it will start changing, and a new image will appear. So I will just run this one, and you will be surprised. Even I should also get surprised, because sometimes it may generate the errors also. And this is utilizing your $300. Okay, so don't see this is coming as a free, but yes, you have the $300 free in your hand, and this image is again a point 0.5 penny or something it will take. It is a generating, it has the generation model which we created previously, added the image and the prompt. And now, since we have talked about a hill, things, and the elephant, and yes, the elephant is now in the lake. So you can see the easiness it provides. Means maybe the images not be very good. You can change it. There are the things available where the HD and all that stuff you add, but you can see the images get generated there. Okay, so there are. Sorry, it got disconnected. Where it is? So there are so many things you can apply, and you have the things available. Okay, so that is one of the GI application I have shown. The IPNB files will be available. You have to do a stuff, and this will be there. Some of the other also I have. You have so many I have thought of and just written down. You can also do many things. So like here I have a raccoon wearing formal clothes. So here comes the image of raccoon. Again, if I run it again, you will have a new image. Don't think that the same image is repeated. It is always a new image comes out to be, because it is a created one. You can create a lot of things. Again, an auxiliary function to display images in grid. That is another thing I have done. So that also I have tried, since I am from Nagpur. I have tried something, a delicious dish poha tarri from Nagpur. That is a famous one, and it was put it in a grid like structure. Four images I should have, and actually it is appearing. Tarri not available seems to be here, but yes, it has created. So you can see so many innovative ideas you apply, and then you can start writing differentiation. I mean, I want a seed. Seed is something where you put it, a new image of things will appear. Okay, so that is a seed available in number of images. Also, you can say something if you don't want that. Also, you can put in, like in this. I have said I want negative prompt bean sprout. So bean sprout should not be added, and you can see. So in like our previous case, I can say I don't want the lemon should appear on my poha and tari. So it may be the case even lemon is not there. I don't want this onion should be. So onion will be removed, and only the images with that poha and tari without onion will be shown with the negative prompt. So some of the applications I have shown. Obviously, the topic is very vast and cannot be seated in a single one. But these are the things we are going to learn in our course also. As I said, we are going to start the new batches of generative AI. One is already started. This is going to be a next Wednesday, the new one, where actually these things you are going to handle. You will have your own way. Yeah, we are going to deal with this, and this then can be put in the applications. Okay, so that was the one of the case. I have just shown some another one, which I will not run all of them, but I will just show. This is visual captioning. Visual captioning is you send the image, a captioning will happen. So like here again, I have sent an image which is familiar to Nagpur. Recently, we have something called Advantage Vidarbha, which happened in here in Nagpur. So I have just put it a large image of that. A lot of people are sitting and dignitaries are there, and on this image then I have asked some caption. So basically the caption was very simple: a man stands in front of the large screen that said Advantage Vidarbha. Looking at this, you may say, okay, that is fine, that I know. But if you think from the computer minds of point, this has to be advantageous, because understanding a person is standing, understanding a large screen is there, it has something. This comes from mind easily because we have been trained for doing this. But coming from an computer software or a computer program, which is we call the generative AI, it is something interesting. Okay, and even it can have a multiple app captions, which again I can show you. A man seen in front of large screen that said Advantage with their path to grow, or even it has a podium, that is the again new word has been added. So you can generate the multiple captions out of that. So that is another interesting thing you can utilize. The third one, which again I have used, is putting a questions on the image. Like again, the same image I have been using. Above things remains the same for every this one. On this, I have started the question that what is happening in this image. So it has said it is an event. So what are the people in the image doing? So it is saying setting. So it is just one-to-one conversation I am doing with the software just to get the understanding what that image is. So sometimes you may ask some more questions on that. Then as per the, again, all this happens on the basis of training which has been done for Gemini. Lot of parameters has been tuned, but that gives this the answer one by one. So that is the way how Gen AI, which has been provided by Google, can be utilized extensively, and which gives a very wonderful image and all related stuff. That is one part. The second part, which I said we will also talk about. So I will go back again and we'll have the PPT just for your understanding. So going back to PPT again. Okay, so hopefully all of you are able to see the PPT. So just like the Gen AI, the second thing comes with the picture is ChatGPT, the conventional AI. So it is an conversational Gen AI. Mostly it talks about whatever you want. And nowadays you have in our regional language, like in Marathi, Hindi, and Tamil and Telugu, all of them you can pass in, and the answer will come in that. That is also there. I haven't added that, but yes, that is there. I have worked on that. So ChatGPT is a conversational agent capable of engaging in human-like interaction and providing meaningful responses. Whatever you talk, it will just get answer to that, and it will give the answer whatever you are asking for. Again, it has been tuned in a very big manner. Okay, it is not a very small task to do, but yes, now the answering is coming so quickly, and it has a 3.5 version which is free. No credit card, nothing is required, but 4 version is there for image and all kind of thing. Okay, so that is there. For that you have to pay, I think, some $5 or something. May not be a credit card, but $5 has to be there. So it is basically a NLP, natural language processing. It excels in processing and understanding the natural language, leading to coherent and contextually relevant conversational output. And there are so many applications. The best one is the chatbots, which are also called as a prompt engineering. That is also the new terms comes into the market, and people like to jump on that. Yes, so that is also added in our course in generative AI and ML. So the prompt engineering, which comes with the virtual assistant, customer service application for seamless human-like interaction, we can chat with them, and just like Alexa provides you the answers, the ChatGPT start providing the answer. Even in Alexa itself, if you have that speaker at your home or somewhere, there you can ask Alexa to move to the ChatGPT mode, and Alexa will move with some voice change, and the ChatGPT will take over to answer your question. That is also available there, which you can utilize. So for this chat GTP, again, I have added one small kind of code. So we'll go back and forth again. So sharing the another interesting chat GTP, which I also like because it is simple. No much variation has to be done there. So hopefully all of you can see my screen. Yeah. Okay, so here the question is how to utilize the chat GTP. Okay, so I have written a small line of code. This was the generative, which we were already talking about. Here comes the chat GTP example. So for this chat GTP, some of the installation has to be done. So one of them, obviously, the OpenAI, which I have already installed, will not run it again because it will take some of the warning I got because of some peep pen problem. You may not have that. Again, this code again will be loaded to GitHub. So soon you will see this. You have to just go to our YouTube channel just constantly. Some of the packages which are speech recognition and Pi audio that has been there, and then I have installed here the key I have showing here. I am going to delete this key soon, but just for keeping this session on, I am showing that. So hopefully it will not be there now. So the key will be gone soon. So here I have OpenAI speech recognition and time, some of the packages I required. So I will just run this part and this part. Okay, so then this is a code, a small code, which actually uses your voice. Okay, whatever you speak, it captures. So that is a predefined code. I am not going to run it again because it is already there, but you can check here. Okay, and what this does, it actually takes your mic hold off, and then whatever you talk, it just converts and shows you what you are saying. Okay, I am using the applications there. The same thing we are to recognize the whatever the word I have said. I am using the Google stuff, which is again freely available, not as a part of Gen AI. Okay, it was already available as a part of NLP project, which Google was doing from last 5 to 10 years. Okay, so it just converts whatever you have said into a text. That is the part this Google API will do. Whereas what I am trying to do here, once I start running my program, I will start putting my question through audio, and then that question will be passed to ChatGTP. So ChatGTP will start giving me the answer. Currently, it in the text format. I can convert that into audio also. That is also possible. Not done here. Okay, so that is what we have. So I have some codes which are already written. The error is a part of that, so you don't worry because I have stopped that just to run this. Now the small part of query I have put it, which is a continuous query. How this continuous query will work? You start asking the question, and when you say "by," this query will stop. That is what I have done. Okay, so I will just test it if it is running correctly and right now or not. It was working previously. Hello, how are you? Bye. Yes, the code ends. Good. So sometimes it gives the error that is also there. So whenever I say bye, my code stops. That is what I have created, a very small code. Now this I have to integrate with my chat GTP. So the way is you open AI is a function directly available where you pass the key which I have shown, and then this is the code. So currently what I have thought of, I have said the system that is chat GTP that you are no, I haven't used this poetic one. I have used something different. Yes, I have used that. I have said that chat GTP, you are a life coach. Okay, so life coach, so many life coach are available in the market for your career growth. They will have a lot of question and answering. So that is the life coach I have created, and then we should start asking the question. I have done that, so I will just show you the code also. So I have asked how is the day today. He answered. Now this answer is coming from ChatGTP. Okay, so that is what the API is doing. And then I am putting a next question. I want to be an IT professional. So then he came up with so many things, and obviously he said for becoming IT professional, you need a dedication. That is the main thing he has said, and that is true. It cannot be within a one day you will be an expert. Now people like to have a one day class and they want to be an expert in that. No, it cannot be. It has to be a 3 to 6 months of rigorous training that we provide at Python Academy. And then when I say bye, it has said bye and the question stop. That is what I have done here. So let us run this and hopefully it should be a proper one. So let me try that also. Hello, how are you? So this is one. I will wait for the question. I want to be a professional in my life. So here comes that is great goal to strive for to become a professional in your chosen field. Start to identify your strength and so many things. Again, question will come. So I will stop talking here. Bye. Fine. So the code should stop after the bye, but here the code is running. It may be completing the stuff, but yes. So when I asked that what is the professional in, it has answered from the chat GTP. It has the answer. Obviously when I say how are you, it is the common answer it gives, that it is have no feelings, but it will not give any answer for that. That is obviously there. And yes, the query ends here, the answer is there. So to be a professional you should be, some of the points you can see, the dedication, hard work is a common word, so that is what should come again and again. But this can continue, means you start asking the question and you have so many answers for that. Okay, so that is how the chat GTP has been integrated with the audio. So I am putting my audio here, I am putting my voice here, and then it is doing the answering. So this kind of various thing are available, and I have added one more thing, means you all of you can try out. So image generation, even this PPTs has been generated from here. This is one of the app, Tom app, which I use. I just pass the queries and then PPTs get created, and then I can start working here. I can put some queries additional. Okay, this you do, this you don't do, and then it will change it. So you can see so many things are available. Means it is not a single thing you work on, but utilization of each and everything is important. How you can utilize. Going back to the PPTs again, so what I have shown till now is an example of Gemini, which how you can utilize the stuff of image and can get the output out of that. The second thing, image created, that we done, image captioning, that also we have done, and the question answering to related to image, what that image and how I can utilize. All are wonderful things. And the last one was obviously the one which we have done. So you can see all this can be four kind of projects for your colleges and all things if you want to show, because each can be elaborated. You can have the website, web application, click button, something opens up, then the answering. These are all the continuous thing that comes as a software programming, but the core which we have shown is how I can utilize the chat gpt, where we have talked about anything. Google has been used to convert that into a text, has been passed to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT gave us the answer. Even I can convert that to audio back, okay, but I haven't. So many applications, so many superiority, and you cannot say it can be stopped. Okay, it has to be there. You can utilize it. So many case studies are there, success stories are there. Some of them I have put it here. Artificial biomass, generating lifelike natural environment for virtual reality experience. Okay, so that is currently you have the Apple goggle coming into the picture. Text to image synthesis, that we have already done. Interacting games, that is the new domain which will come up, where you can interact in, you will be in that domain actually. Okay, so that will be something interesting will come. So coming to the end conclusion part, so we have the explore the advancement. Obviously, so many new things will come. Again, some additional thing comes. You have to explore it. Ethical awareness you should always keep. You cannot just jump in to say, okay, so this is what I want to do. There are deep fakes and so many things in happening. So that also will create the problem in the future. Okay, so you should be aware. Awareness should be there, and real world application, how everything just generating doesn't make any sense, but does that use some additional information to the user, they can utilize that. That is what has been provided, and it has to be quickly, because people like to have the everything quickly. Even everyone want to do the training quickly nowadays that we are also looking at. So that is the thing happening. Okay, so that is all about the generative AI things. Two more things I will just suggest. We have our YouTube channel, which is Anup Kelkar's Python Academy. All of you, I will suggest you check out this channel. Do subscribe. And as I said, the GitHub link will be available on this. I am going to load this video there, and there I am going to provide the link. So you can have all the codes you can try out on your own there. So that is also the second thing I will have, and you can utilize that. And as the last thing, we are going to have new batches. One of the batch already started at 14th Feb, but still we have three things in picture which any one of you can join in. On 21st Feb we have a 11 a.m batch, which again the batch plus internship, that is the way we provide the things. So the batch is of 2 hours and the internship of full day. Okay, so it goes for the 6 month with 3 months of training included in that. Okay, so that is the thing we have provided, and it will have lot of things to learn, I will say lot of things. So you have to jump in, you have to give a full time there, and you will have a good output out of that. So on 21st we have 11 a.m, on 25th again 11 a.m. This is specifically a weekend batch. Those who are working, not have a time in whole day, they can join in on Saturday, Sunday. And the last one is 28th Feb, which is on 6th p.m for the evening. Those can come up and have the 6 a.m join there. All batches are offline and online both. You can join in anyway, but whatever the way is, you just join in and let's have the future in your hand. So that is all about the generative AI.